Right, we're going to start. Now, today we are going to learn about how to find the equation of a curve. Okay, so you are given the gradient tangent, sorry, the gradient function. That means the equation of tangent. Okay, not equation of tangent, equation of the gradient. Okay, so it's something like this. You are given the dy dx, the gradient function, which is equals to f prime x. So from there, you have to integrate dy dx and become y. Then the f prime x becomes the original equation of the curve, which is fx. Okay, so we look at one example, number 1a. This is a question from your textbook. Find the constant of integration c for the following gradient function. Okay, they want to find the value of c. Now, if you remember, whenever we integrate, we will get a c, right? Whenever we integrate any function, an indefinite integral, you will always get a c, right? So now today we are going to find the value of c. So the first example, dy dx is 4x minus 2. Okay, so for the first few questions, I show you how we split up the two things, right? So the dx you bring over the other side. Okay, dy dx, the dx bring over the other side. So dy equals to 4x minus 2 with the bracket there. That means the whole thing, then the dx. Now, if you integrate both sides of this equation, the left hand side you integrate dy, then the right hand side you integrate 4x minus 2 dx. Okay, so that means the left hand side you integrate with respect to y, and the right hand side you integrate with respect to x. So when you integrate y dy, sorry, you integrate dy, you will get y. Dy is actually 1, right? You get y. Then on the other side, you integrate the 4, you don't integrate, you just leave it there. Integrate x to the power 1 becomes x squared over 2. Then the negative 2, when you integrate negative 2, you get negative 2x. Then finally you plus a c there. Simplify the thing, cancel the 4 with the 2, you have 2x squared minus 2x plus c. Now if you look at this equation, y equals to 2x squared minus 2x plus c. There are two variables there, one y and the other variable is x. Now c is not a variable, c is a constant. So if you want to find the value of the constant, you need to have a pair of values for x and y, right? So you are given y equals to 7 when x equals to negative 1. So you have to replace the y here with 7 and the x here with negative 1. So what you get? The y you replace with negative 7, positive 7. The x you replace with negative 1, like this. Okay. Square of negative 1 is positive 1. Positive 1 times 2, positive 2. Negative 2 multiply with negative 1. That is again positive 2. So this all together is 4. The 4 you bring over to the other side. 7 minus 4, you get 3. So that means the C is 3. Now you do not need to find, of course, if you want to find the equation of the curve, you have to take the c, you substitute back here, right? So, but you're not required to find the equation of the curve. Unlike question number 3, right? You have to find equation curve. Now, another thing is, I show you this step and this step. Now, later on, when you understand that you have to integrate dy, you get y, you can skip these two steps here. Dy equals to something multiplied by dx. You can also skip this one. The integrate dy. You don't have to show this. Straight away, you put down y equals to the integration of this. Okay, so these are the things that you can skip, right? Later on.
Teacher,
Yes.
the two just now you point one is we can not write in the exam.
These two. You don't have to write if you don't want. You can straight away write down this is y equals to integrate this thing. That's all. I
Okay.
show you one more example to show you what I mean by that, right? Now, the second example is number 3. Number 3.
Okay.
Find the equation of the curve. This one is slightly different, right? So they tell you you have to find the equation of curve. That means you have to find y. You don't stop at finding c. In the first question, you find c, then you stop. The second question, you have to find the y. That I'm going to show you what is the difference. You look at question number 3D. Now this self-exercise 3.4 comes from your textbook. You can refer to your textbook. Question number 3D. Right. We are given dy dx equals to 18x squared plus 10x. Okay. So I copy down dy dx equals to 18x squared plus 10x. See, I don't want to write down the integrate thing. I integrate straight away, right? Of course, you can still show this one, the integrate of this thing. But here I skip. Okay. I'm going to show you after. I want to put back the integration sign here. Put back the integration sign. So dy is something like this. Dy, you can see the red thing here, the red thing here. Dy dx equals to f prime x. So straight away you can write down y equals to what you want to integrate one, right? So it's not necessary to show this step, right? The second one, you want to show half, can. You can write down y equals to integrate this thing, okay, right? Over here. So I integrate 18x squared. The 18, you don't have to integrate. You just leave it there. You integrate the x squared. Integrate x squared becomes x cubed divided by x, no more x cubed divided by 3. The 10, you don't have to integrate. You integrate the x, it becomes x squared divided by 2. Of course, indefinite integral, you have to plus c. Okay, so this is the thing. Next, you can simplify, right? Y is still y. The 3 and the 18 can cancel, becomes 6x cubed. The 2 and 10 can cancel, becomes 5x squared and plus c. So this is the simplification. They told you the curve passes through this point, -2, -10, or this one, right? -2, -10. You can substitute these pairs, this pair, right? This pair of values into the y and the x. Y you replace with negative 10. X you replace with negative 2. Let's see how. So it's something like that. So the y here you replace with negative 10. You can see the color, they are the same color. So I replace that way, the same color with the same color. Then x I replace with negative 2. The x here I replace with negative 2. So you can try to simplify them. So negative 10 equals to negative 48 plus 20 plus c. So this is negative 28. Negative 28 move over to the other side, positive 28. Then become 28 minus 10, 18. So earlier on, we stopped here after finding the value of x. But in this question, you cannot stop at c because they didn't ask you to find c. They asked you to find the equation of the curve. So this is not the answer yet. So you have to put back the c. You have to replace the c with 18. You write out the equation of the curve and replace c with 18. Any question?